what the haters talking about.
What's up, family? A little house cleaning before I start. After you subscribe, if you haven't done so already, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video. Make sure that you click all notifications. That way, you don't miss anything. Also, go ahead and get you some gear. I got a 25% off of No More Talk gear going on right now. So go over there and get you some gear if you appreciate the work I'm putting in. Now let's get to it. We have a situation here in America where thousands and thousands of black girls and women are missing. But I can honestly tell you, I can't name a single one. That's because the cases of black girls who go missing in the United States and black women don't get the Elizabeth Smart, Natalie Holloway treatment. You don't see breaking news stories on them. You don't see primetime specials. They don't become permanent fixtures on social media, their images I'm speaking of. You don't see crying black mothers and fathers on TV interrupting your sitcoms with breaking news. There are no nationwide manhunts or search parties for them. And this is no accident. This is how it is in America. When we tell you about the double standard, this is what it is. And look, the people who have a problem with us talking about this, they're the ones who are either in denial or they know what's going on, but they don't want you to talk about it because they like the special treatment that they receive and they want that to continue. I talk about this often because I have a daughter. I have nieces. I have sisters, aunts, good friends who are women. And it would just crush me if out of nowhere they came up missing, if they just vanished. This statement is not for lames. It's for the men who claim to love black women and girls. If you see something, do something. Because I'm telling you right now, if I catch anybody trying to abduct one of our girls or women, I am going to shoot the shit out of them. I am going to stab the shit out of them. If I find out anybody is associated with that type of crime, I am going to fuck them up. I am going to change their life. I don't give a damn what nobody think. I'm going in. I'll deal with the police and the courts when that time comes. But our women and our girls need us. Ain't nobody else gonna do it. You say to yourself, who could do something like this? I can't even think of a name for somebody who would just uproot a person from their life, from their family, and sell them into slavery, sex slavery, or even kill them to take their organs. That is a very real fact. This is not something that's made up. They are snatching black girls and women off the streets, boys too, and killing them, taking their organs. They're not waiting on you to die anymore. They're killing you and cutting your organs out of your body and leaving you discarded on the side of the street in a ditch. This is very real. I still have women in my family and women that I love who you have to tell to be careful. And oftentimes they take offense because they're tired of hearing this story. They're tired of hearing the warnings. Personally, I think that I like the idea of being informed. I don't think you can be informed enough. We all know from time to time we get off our game. We slip up. Just like when you're driving, you know to look both ways. You know to pay attention, to be a defensive driver. You know that danger is all around you. But yet, sometimes we slip up. We check the radio, or we get into our phone, we're texting or we're doing something, and boom, accident. Same thing, we're getting snatched up off the street. You have to be aware 100% of the time, and you have to be right 100% of the time. You cannot afford one slip up, because all they have to be, and I'm talking about the predators, they only have to be right one time, and your life is changed forever. You out of here. You become one of those 75,000 black women who is missing. 75,000, y'all. Black women only make up, well, the black population only make up 13% in the U.S. We only account for 13% of the people in the U.S., but disproportionately, 30% of all cases, all missing cases, are black women and girls. 30%. And those cases are underrepresented in terms of law enforcement's efforts to try to solve them and the media coverage that they get. I mean, the media coverage is almost non-existent. The commentators who work at these news stations, this is why they don't even deserve your support, because they don't support you. When you sit up here watching MSNBC and CNN and ABC News and all this stuff, time and time and time again, who do they cover? White girls, white women who are missing. They totally ignore black girls and women. And they have the power to bring attention to these cases. They have the power to use their resources to find these women and girls, but they won't do it. Why? Simple. They don't care. Now, here's what's interesting. You know how they love to talk down on black women? So many people like to talk down on black women, including some clown-ass black men. Love to talk down on black women. But they're snatching them off the streets and selling them into sex slavery. Who do you think are paying the money to have sex with them? Bingo. See, they ain't never had a problem with having sex with black women. But treating them like decent human beings, treating them with some civility, treating their children and their husbands with civility, well, that's a whole other story. Y'all got to be careful out there. Be careful. Please be careful. All it takes is one time. I know you're tired of hearing about it. Even I talk to my daughter a lot about this. She lives in New York. I mean, and you know how New York is. New York got the best and worst of everything. So it's important not to get blinded by the lights. I warn my daughter about things like this so often that she gets irritated. And one day I had to tell her, I said, listen, I'm your father. It is my job to worry about you. That's part of my job description. Let me do my job. And after I told her that, she was a little bit more receptive. So I'll leave you, all you women out there and girls, I'll leave you with what I told her. It is better to be paranoid than dead. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?
Damn.